Hello everyone, and welcome to my Duggar For You channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Josh Duggar, a disgraced star pursuing a degree, goes into a renovated prison dorm complete with flowers and special privileges. In addition, Duggar's prison unit has a jogging track, horseshoes, pickleball, tennis, and basketball courts. Josh Duggar has moved into a refurbished jail room with special privileges, while the disgraced star serves a 151-month sentence on child pornography charges. Josh, 36, is scheduled to be released in October 2032 from FCI Segoville in Dallas, Texas, where he started serving his term in December 2021. Josh Duggar has moved into a refurbished jail room with special privileges, while the disgraced star serves a 151-month sentence on child pornography charges. Josh, 36, is scheduled to be released in October 2032 from FCI Segoville in Dallas, Texas, where he started serving his term in December 2021. Josh Duggar is incarcerated at FCI Segoville in Dallas, Texas, for 151 months. Credit: Matt Simons, commissioned by the U.S. Sun Digital Edition. It is exclusively revealed by the U.S. Sun that Josh has moved into a renovated dorm with extra features and benefits. They completed the wall painting and added flowers to Josh's dorm, number 6. The insider informed the U.S. Sun that it has been converted into an honors dorm. Since it's an honors dorm, they receive exclusive benefits and building renovations. Microwaves, dryers, and other appliances are available. They're attempting to establish a model prison dormitory. The insider went on to say that prisoners residing in the dorms must sign a code of conduct agreement, have to have a job, and can't have any disciplinary actions in a certain amount of time. Considering Josh doesn't meet the requirements to live in the dorm, the insider thinks he might be receiving preferential treatment. Josh doesn't seem to be employed, but he is enrolled in school. Therefore, they are counting his degree toward his stay permit. The rules would have prevented him from residing there due to his time spent in SHU a few years ago, but they have chosen to waive that for him. In February 2023, Josh was sent into FCI Segoville's Special Housing Unit, also known as solitary confinement, when he stole a cell phone into the jail. Josh Duggar's appeal against his conviction for child sex abuse photos is denied by the Supreme Court. He will be imprisoned until 2032. Back then, a family member of one of the facility's inmates exclusively told the U.S. Sun, "Given that most of the inmates have been there for months, I would be very surprised if he has been released. He needs to hold off until his disciplinary hearing." The Bureau of Federal Prisons states that prisoners housed in the SHU are only permitted one telephone call per month. Visitation rights are either disallowed or restricted, based on the circumstances surrounding the incarceration. That same year, in March, he was allowed to leave the SHU. A spokeswoman from Segoville responded to the U.S. Sun's request for comment regarding the lush dorm. Unfortunately, FCI Segoville does not comment on conditions of confinement. Life under bars. Behind jail, the former cast member of 19 Kids and Counting is a superstar. Josh has been signing autographs on newspaper articles about him for prisoners' family members. A source had earlier told the U.S. Sun, not only might Josh get a degree, but he could also spend his days working out. Pickleball, tennis, basketball, horseshoes, and an inmate track are all available at Segoville. Recreational time is given to prisoners in the early morning. They might go back outside later in the day after spending a few hours indoors. A source previously told the U.S. Sun. Prisoners could also play musical instruments. During recreation time, they occasionally play guitar outside. Josh Duggar's statutory period. Former 19 Kids and Counting star Josh Duggar was sentenced to 151 months in prison for downloading and possessing child sex abuse pictures in December 2021. This is the chronology of the former reality star's legal troubles. Following a Homeland Security investigator's investigation, Josh was first charged in May 2019 with downloading data that may have sexually assaulted children. Josh was working at a car dealership when Homeland Security came by later in November to seize his computer. Josh was taken into custody on April 29, 2021, and was not granted bail at a jail in Arkansas. He entered a not guilty plea after being charged with receiving and possessing photographs of child sex abuse during a hearing at the U.S. District Court for the Western District of Arkansas via Zoom the next day. In a federal courtroom located in Fayetteville, Arkansas, Josh's trial got underway on November 30, 2021, and a verdict was rendered on December 9, 2021. He was convicted of receiving and knowing about child sex abuse materials. Josh was given a 12-year term to serve in federal prison and was also mandated to pay $50,100 in fines and special assessments in May 2022. The conviction was then appealed by Josh's legal team to the United States Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit, but their request was turned down in late 2023. Josh appealed for a new trial shortly afterward, claiming that federal officials had prevented Josh from calling him at the time of his detention. Once more, Josh's plea was denied on June 24, 2024. Josh's legal troubles. In April 2021, Josh was taken into custody and accused with receiving and possessing child pornography. Following an almost 2-week trial in Arkansas, he was declared guilty. Josh was moved to FCI Seagoville in June 2022, after receiving a 151-month sentence in federal prison in May. In order to obtain a fresh trial in October 2022, and to reverse the conviction, Josh's legal team filed an appeal. During a heated debate, they stated that Josh's phone was taken by federal officials during a car dealership search, 1.5 years prior to his detention, when he attempted to call his lawyer. The court filings state that he communicated with the agents in the absence of legal representation. In November 2023, the appeal was dismissed. The conviction appeal was then formally rejected by the Supreme Court in 2024. Josh is still wed to his 36-year-old wife Anna, who has been spotted going to the jail with their 7 small children. According to an earlier article from the U.S. Sun, Josh had visits from additional family members. In March of this year, his brother Joseph, 29, and brother-in-law David Waller were spotted in the jail. Jim Bobye Duggar's relative Jim and Bobby lose parental custody. Counting regarding alumni Jim and Michelle over the years, Bobye Duggar has remained friends with other families from their congregation. A few of them, like the Bates family, even had their own television program. The Duggars have also known Jim and Bobby Holt for a very long time. Nevertheless, they recently ran afoul of the law, which cost them their kid custody. Who are Jim Bobye Duggar's family friend Jim and Bobby Holt? In the documentary Shiny Happy People, Duggar Family Secrets, Jim and Bobby discussed their relationship with the Duggar family. The married pair claimed to have been close friends with Jim Bobye and Michelle in the past. Jim Bobye and Jim have been friends since middle school. However, Jim and Bobby disclosed that following Josh's CSAM arrest, they started to keep their distance from the Duggars. Additionally, at the time they learnt about the incident, Josh was purportedly dating their oldest daughter. Jim continued, "I went out to the field and just bawled when we found out on March 30, 2003, Jim and Bobby Holt forfeit their child custody. Some of Jim and Bobby Holt's 2 little children are reportedly no longer in their custody, after an Arkansas judge declared them to be unfit." Bobye sought an order of protection against her spouse in April 2023 in order to save her 11 children. But in December 2023, she finally denied the petition. Then, in January 2024, Spencer, the son of Jim and Bobby, requested emergency guardianship for 3 of his siblings, alleging abuse. Jim allegedly abused the young children severely, both physically and mentally, and Spencer and his elder brothers both witnessed and experienced this when they were younger. The court concluded that, by rejecting Bobby's petition the previous year, she had given Jim permission to abuse their children. Both parents thus lost custody of their 2 younger children. Additionally, according to reports, Spencer and Christian have taken steps to distance themselves and their siblings from their parents. The court approved Christian's request to be the 2 children's guardian on September 26. Bobby and Jim Holt's protection. Despite the claims, Jim and Bobby continue to defend themselves. They said that during their trials, a few rules were breached. One of the issues was the consent to the 2 orders of protection that were granted without an evidentiary hearing. It appears that the two are unable to overturn the court's ruling nevertheless. Additionally, they were requested to keep paying child support for the younger kids.